What's up, everybody? In today's video, I'll be showing you how to get every mythical material in Blox fruits and the best way to get them. So this includes the Leviathan heart, mirror fractal, monster magnet, and the dark fragment. I'll be starting off with the dark fragment and show my favorite, and probably the most popular way to farm dark fragments. And by the end of the video, I'll show you how to get the Leviathan heart. So let's get into it. I've seen a few videos on this method already, so you may already know of it. But if you don't, let me go over it. Basically, for dark fragments, you need to kill Darkbeard in order to get the fragment. But this boss is only spawned using the Fist of Darkness. A really rare item you can either get from defeating a sea beast, which is the method most people use, or you can also get it from a chest. Now, not a lot of people do the chest way, since the fist only spawns in a chest every 4 hours. But there's one thing you can do with chests that you can't do with sea beasts, and that's AFK farm. In the second sea, there's this secret area, only enterable after destroying a fake wall. And in that room, there's 3 chests, and you can go AFK over here for as long as you'd like using Tiny Task. If you don't know what Tiny Task is, it's this software you can download, which allows you to record any buttons or movements you make, and you can replay that exact moment. If I remember, I'll leave a link to it in the description, but make sure you have it, since it's very important. To put it simply, what you're going to do is record yourself walking in the line of chests, so whenever they spawn, you'll automatically pick it up. Make sure whenever you finish the recording, you stop in the same place you began, so you can keep looping it as much as you want. You can make it however you want. I did it quickly, so it's not as efficient, but it's not really that important. Once you have this done, you can leave it on overnight. And when you come back, you should have the Fist of Darkness and a bunch of cash along with that. I also forgot to mention you will need a private server for this. And with the Fist of Darkness, you need to remember this. You cannot die with it on you, since if you do die, you will lose it, and you'll have it find it again. That doesn't really matter though, since you'll be doing this in a private server. But you're going to want to take the Fist of Darkness to this island, by the Ice Castle, and this island's purpose is only to be an arena, where you can spawn the Darkbeard boss using the Fist of Darkness. Just insert it into the altar, and the boss will spawn. And one more thing before we move on. Make sure to go into the settings of Tiny Task and turn on continuous playback. I forgot to show it, but it's an option that allows you to infinitely loop the recording you made without having to press play every time. Now, let's move on to the next material. Now, I'll show you how to get the monster magnet. This isn't really a material, and it's more of an item. Its only use is to obtain the Shark Anchor Sword, which can be done by using the monster magnet and spawning an anchored terror shark, which is a boss. And once that boss is dead, you get the shark anchor. To get the monster magnet, you first have to craft it. Head to Tiki Island by the haunted castle in order to talk to the crafter. While I'm on the way there, I'd like to tell you about my Discord server. We have all sorts of channels for Blox fruits trading, sea events, race trials, giveaways, and even free private servers, after leveling up a bit in the server. If you want to join and have an empty server like I do, then join my Discord using the link in the description. Anyways, once you're at Tiki Island, I would recommend setting your spawn point here. It's not required, but it may help you whenever you're out at sea. Now, to craft the monster magnet, follow the way I go, which will lead you to a set of stairs, and at the end, you'll see the person you can talk to so you can craft the monster magnet. As you can see, it'll cost 10 shark teeth, 20 fool's gold, 8 electric wings, and 2 eyes. I'll be going over how to get the fool's gold quickly, since it's probably the most confusing for newer players. First of all, you're going to want to spawn a ship with a good amount of health and speed, like the Guardian or Lantern. To get fool's gold, there are 3 ways to obtain it. You can either get it from ship raids, haunted ship raids, which are basically just harder versions of the normal ship raids, and finally, you can get it out of chests from treasure islands. To spawn these ship raids, you're going to want to leave Tiki Island and head to Danger Zone level 4 or 5 These is the best area to farm ships, which gives you a lot of gold. And for the third method to getting gold, you can find them in randomly spawning islands that have treasure chests. These chests have a very small chance to drop fool's gold, but you might as well pick it up on the way since it's free. If you're going to farm these ship raids, I would highly recommend using magma. It's by far the best fruit to use when farming sea events, since it does high damage and you can walk on water with it. In this clip, you can see him using Buddha, and I end up having to run away since I can't do anything against ships with Buddha. To get the eyeballs, or terror eyes, you'll have to kill terror sharks, which are raid bosses that randomly spawn throughout Danger Zone 2 to 6, and once you kill them. I don't have any gameplay of this, but there's a small chance it drops an eye. I would recommend just going into the Blox fruit server and find people terror shark farming, since killing one of these solo is almost impossible. For the wings, you get them by killing piranhas, which spawns randomly while you're driving your boat, not much for me to say here. And for the shark teeth, just kill sharks. Same as piranhas, they randomly spawn when on your boat, and they almost always drop their shark teeth. Now that you know how to make a monster magnet, let's move on to how to get the mirror fractal. For this item, you'll need to kill the Doe King. Don't get the Doe King and the Doe Prince mixed up. They may be very similar, but their drops and how to spawn them are completely different. Now, to spawn the Doe King, you'll first need the Sweet Chalice. To get this, you'll first need the God's Chalice and 10 conjured cocoa. First, I'll go over how to quickly get the God Chalice. The best way I've found to getting the God's Chalice is by farming the elite pirates from the castle on the sea. If you didn't know already, there are 3 ways to get the God's Chalice. 1. By praying to the gravestone in the haunted castle. 2. Finding it in a chest. And 3. Getting it from elite pirates, the easiest way to get it. To find an elite pirate, talk to the cat NPC at the castle, and he'll give you the location of one of 3 elite pirates. If he says that he doesn't know where they are, then keep server hopping. Whenever you kill an elite pirate and you don't get a chalice, just server hop again and again until you find the right elite pirate that drops you the God's Chalice. It may take a while, but right now, this is the best way to getting the God Chalice. Now, for the conjured cocoa. I'd recommend getting this before finding the chalice, since if you have the chalice and accidentally die with it, you'll lose it forever. The best way to farm conjured cocoa is first by getting Buddha, then heading to the chocolate island in the Sea of Treats. Then, using the link in the description, hopefully I don't forget it, you can download an auto-clicker, and you can farm here overnight in a private server, so you'll have enough conjured cocoa for the next step. And once again, if you need a private server, join my Discord. They are completely free after leveling up. Now, once you have the coca and the chalice at the same time, head to the chocolate island again, and in the town in the center, there will be this NPC. You can craft the sweet chalice using the items you just got. Once you have the sweet chalice, head to this house where you normally spawn the Doe Prince on the Cake Island. Now, hold out the sweet chalice while talking to this guy, and you'll spawn the Doe King. Killing him will give you the mirror fractal. The mirror fractal is one of the most important items in the game since it's used to unlock the Race Awakening trials, and if you have extra, you can make a Leviathan shield. Now let's move on to the final mythical material, the Leviathan heart. Now, sadly, I couldn't get gameplay for this, since I didn't have time to hunt for Leviathans for hours, but it's pretty straightforward. First of all, you need a squad of at least 5 people to spawn the Leviathan. Of course, having more is way better, but you need at least 5. And you'll also need the Beast Hunter ship. I won't be going too in-depth about this, but to make the Beast Hunter, talk to the Beast Hunter NPC to craft the ship. Once you have a squad and the ship, you'll need at least 1 person to bribe the spy at the top of Tiki Island. This will cost a few thousand fragments. Once you've done all 3 of these things, you'll need to get on the ship with your squad and sail to Danger Zone Level 6, where you'll spawn the Leviathan after some time. Since I didn't say too much, I'll go over some common misconceptions and questions people have about the Leviathan. Just as long as someone has bribed the spy, you're good. Anyways, once you kill the Leviathan, there will be this giant heart he drops. With the Beast Hunter boat, there's a hook at the front of the boat. Use that hook on the big ice heart and bring that heart all the way back to Tiki Island. Don't worry, you have a lot of time before it melts. But once you get to Tiki Island with the heart, you'll be rewarded with the Leviathan heart. And that's all of the mythical materials explained in Blox fruits. Hopefully this has helped you out. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. I'll try to answer all of them. Anyways, see ya.